Anton Johannes Gerrit Corbijn van Alenzoort is a Dutch photographer, music video director, and film director. He is the creative director behind the visual output of Depeche Mode and U2, having handled the principal promotion and sleeve photography for both bands for almost 3 decades. Some of his works include music videos for Depeche Mode's Enjoy the Silence, U2's One, Bryan Adams' Do I Have to Say the Words, and Nirvana's Heart-Shaped Box, as well as the Ian Curtis biographical film Control, The American, and A Most Wanted Man, based on John le Carré copyright's 2008 novel of the same name. Early life and family. Anton Johannes Gerrit Corbijn van Alenzoort was born on May 20, 1955 in Strijen in the Netherlands, where his father had been appointed as parson to the Dutch Reformed Church the previous year. His father, Anton Corbijn van Alenzoort, took up the same position in Hoogland and Groningen, moving his wife and 4 children with him. His mother, Marietje Groenbauer, was a nurse and was raised in a parson's family. Photographer and director Martin Corbijn is a younger brother. Grandfather Anton Johannes van Alenzoort was an art teacher at Christian schools in Hilversum and an active member in the local Dutch Reformed Church in Hilversum. Photography. Corbijn began his career as a music photographer when he saw the Dutch musician Herman Brood playing in a cafe copyright in Groningen around 1975. He took a lot of photographs of the band Herman Brood and his wild romance, and these led to a rise in fame for Brood and an exposure for Corbijn. From the late 1970s, the London-based New Musical Express, a weekly music paper, featured his work on a regular basis and would often have a photograph by him on the front page. One such occasion was a portrait of David Bowie wearing a loincloth backstage in New York when starring in The Elephant Man in the early years of London-based The Face, a glossy monthly post-punk lifestyle/music magazine. Corbijn was a regular contributor. He made his name photographing in black and white, but in May 1989 he began taking pictures in color using filters. His first venture in this medium was for Successoo. Between 1998 to 2000, in collaboration with the painter Marlene Dumas, he worked on a project called Stripping Girls, which took the strip clubs and peep shows of Amsterdam as their subject. While Corbijn later exhibited photographs, Dumas took Polaroids which he then used as sources for her paintings. Corbijn has photographed Bob Dylan, Joy Division, Depeche Mode, Tom Waits, Bruce Springsteen, Pratav Atra, Peter Hamill, Miles Davis, Ja Paragraph RK, Captain Beefheart, Kim Wilde, Mark Armand, Robert De Niro, Stephen Hawking, Elvis Costello, Siouxsie and the Banshees, Morrissey, Peter Murphy, Simple Minds, Clint Eastwood, The Cramps, Roxt and Herbert Grah Paragraph Mia, Annie Lennox, Eurythmics, amongst others. Perhaps his most famous, and longest-standing, association is with U2, having taken pictures of the band on their first US tour, as well as taking pictures for their Joshua Tree and Achtung Baby albums and directing a number of accompanying videos. Other album covers featuring work by Corbijn include those for Springsteen, Nick Cave, Siouxsie's second band The Creatures, Bryan Adams, Metallica, Therapy, The Rolling Stones, Bon Jovi, The Killers, Simple Minds, R.E.M., The Bee Gees, Sabia and Moke. Film directing. Corbijn began his music video directing career when Palle Schoenberg asked him to direct a video. After seeing the resulting video for Hockey, the band Propaganda, had Corbijn direct Dr. Mabuse. After that he directed videos for David Sylvian, Echo and the Bunnyman, Golden Earring, Front 242, Depeche Mode, Roxt and U2. His first video in color was made for U2 in 1984 for their single Pride. In 2005, Palm Pictures released a DVD collection of Corbijn's music video output as part of the Director's Label series. In 1994, Corbijn directed a short film about Captain Beefheart Don Van Vliet for the BBC called Some Yo-Yo Stuff. He made his feature film debut with Control, a film about the life of Joy Division frontman Ian Curtis. It premiered to rave reviews at the Cannes Film Festival on May 17, 2007. The film is based on Deborah Curtis' book Touching from a Distance about her late husband and the biography Torn Apart by Lindsay Reed and Mick Middles. Although shown outside the Palme d'Or competition, Control was the big winner of the Directors' Fortnight, winning the CICA Art and SI Prize for Best Film, the Regards Dunes Prize Award for Best First or Second Directed Feature Film and the Europa Cinemas Label Prize for Best European Film in the sidebar. 2010 Corbett returned as a director with the character-based thriller The American, starring George Clooney. On October 26, 2011, Corbett directed a week cast by Coldplay from the Plaza de Toros de Las Ventas in Madrid, Spain. His film A Most Wanted Man was released in 2014. The John le Carré copyright novel of the same name, which is loosely based on the true war on terror story of Murat Kurnaz, was set in part in Hamburg, as parts of the movie were. In February 2014, he started filming his next project, Life About James Dean, and photographer Dennis Stock. Appearances: author William Gibson refers to a fictitious portrait by Corbett of the character Hollis Henry in his 2007 novel Spook Country. A Corbett photograph has served as the author's portrait on many of Gibson's books, including Neuromancer. Corbett is the subject of Josh Whiteman's 2009 documentary film Shadow Play The Making of Anton Corbett. In May 2011, Corbett presented Mandela Landscape, an artwork consisting of Corbett's portrait of Nelson Mandela stitched by Dutch textile artist Bernd Strick. Both the original work and 80 signed art prints will be sold to fund the international edition of ZAM magazine, an independent platform of African talent. On December 19, 2011, he was announced as being on the jury for the 62nd Berlin International Film Festival, scheduled to be held in February 2012. At this occasion, the Berlinale special screenings at the Haus der Berliner Festspiele will screen Anton Corbett Inside Out, an 80 minutes documentary directed by Claire Chkwi-Reeves. Filmography Music videos Films Bibliography: Famous, Strangers, Allegro, Gra Paragraph Mia, Photography and von Anton Corbett. Star Trek, 33 Still Lives, Stripping Girls, Work A Somebody, Strijen, Holland, Everybody Hurts, You Two and I, In Control, Inside the American, Inwards and Onwards, Waits Corbett 77 €11, Looking at A Most Wanted Man, The Making of Miss Dior, 1-2-3-4, Holland's Deep. References. External links: Anton Corbett at the Internet Movie Database, Anton Corbett at mvtbis.com, photo here.